my job, it's every day I feel useful. Really, it's really what I like. If not, I would not do it, I think.
What I like most about working in ECAS is the team. I think that we are complementary and we do provide help to each other whenever that's needed, assistance, and I think that's a big value of ECAS.
I love our morning coffees so much. Every time I get in ECAS, and the first thing I love to do is just go grab my coffee and sit down with my colleagues and talk about our work, but not only our work, about our life. And I think that the best thing about ECAS is really that we have a great team spirit here, and that we're always supporting each other, even though we work on different issues. And in the end, we always manage to, even if our ambitions are very high sometimes, in the end of the day, with a good team, you can manage to reach those ambitions. Yes, on that, yes. But it depends if you like calligraphy.
Moment of the year is always a seminar, the training seminar with all the team of Europe Advice experts. It makes at least our work more concrete. It's not always easy to manage a team of 60 persons who are spread all around Europe. So for me, it's really an opportunity to have them all in the same room, to meet them and to continue to create a team spirit.
I think that in the field of digital democracy, one of the highlights was definitely when in the conference in the ECI day, Vice President Timmermans actually proposed that we would be revising the ECI regulation. Well, this is something that we have been fighting for, I would say, a few years already, trying to make the European Citizens Initiative work for citizens, giving also some concrete examples on how to do this, especially through a refit platform. So we're definitely happy that this came out at a certain point.
The greatest moment of 2017 was, for me, the opening of the Citizens Brexit Observatory, which is going to follow closely the developments in the negotiation process linked to UK's exit from the European Union as regards EU rights.
The main challenges was to maintain, as I said, it's difficult to manage a team of more than 60 experts and to keep high quality in their reply, to keep their motivation always alive.
I think that the main challenge in digital democracy is basically trying to convince politicians, stakeholders and organizations to test out technology in a way in order to improve democracy. Because many times we also see that maybe politicians are a bit afraid of using tools in which they could have citizens almost co-deciding with them on legislation. So, but we're happy that many local experiments are happening in the field of digital democracy, and we hope that the EU will not only improve the existing e-participation tools which are there, but that the EU will also in the future try to have some new experiments on e-participation tools.
2017 was a good year. It was quite intensive. We managed to secure 2 very good projects, and we are going to start working on political engagement of mobile EU citizens, which is a very good thing.
Well, in my field, in digital democracy, we've had a lot of achievements. For example, the closure of the Deep Linking Youth Project, which is one of the projects that we've been managing under this field. We have closed it up with some really good final reports, and we're happy that after 2 years we have concrete examples on how our digital dashboard can actually contribute to EU policymaking. Then we were also very happy to have published a new study on e-consultations for the Economic and Social Committee. That's definitely one of a great achievement this year.
We managed for the first time to publish some annual trends. So we do not only reply questions to citizens, but we also use the data, and we can also publish some results. And I think it's a good achievement to show that it's not a question of number, but also the content and what are the main concerns about from EU citizens, and what are the trends? So what are the main problems?
I regretted it because if I could now have a nap after.
I'm most optimistic about the increasing importance that ECAS's work will have in the coming years, because as we can see, EU citizens' rights are under attack. They're being also put in question because of Brexit. So I believe that the stakeholders will turn to ECAS for our expertise in this field, and that we will have an influence on keeping EU citizens' rights high on the agenda.
For next year, so I want to go further than just only publishing annual trends. I really hope that we will make a real use of what we found and of the data we had from Europe Advice. And we have the idea to organize now every year a big conference on EU rights.
Well, I think that we have to strive for more experiments on e-participation, especially at the EU level, because that's particularly lacking. And I think that next year we have some pretty cool projects which will be starting under the digital democracy area. One of them is called You Vote EU, which is a new project. We'll kick it off in January, which will be a run-up to the European Parliament elections in 2019. And we'll try to get citizens much more involved in, e-participation mechanisms and even e-voting.